I pass on the condolence from the principals in Jamaica and from the board chairman and staff and students from the Bogwalk High School. Simone Earle-Barrett. To the church family, Sister Simone. To the educators, Dr. Simone Earle-Barrett. To the family and the people of Macquarie and Hopewell, Pasha. To my family and to my children, Auntie Pasha. Auntie Pasha, the expel. The expel, what is that? You see, when my daughter, Petra, who is not here today because of a burning incident, was 4 years old, she used to ask a number of questions. And when we tried to answer them, she would say, all right, Daddy, all right, Mommy. When Auntie Pasha, the expel, comes, she will tell me. Yes, Pasha was the expert. She was the mentor. She was the role model. Petra talked like her, gesticulate like her. She was a point of reference. I remember in December, my other daughter, Peter Gay, was filling out her application to you. And I was down on Peter Gay. I said, Peter Gay, let me see the application. Let me vet it. And she turned to me and said, Daddy, don't worry yourself. I'm going down to Auntie Pasha on Sunday. And yes, she went down there and it was properly filled out. You see, Pasha was the person, when you write a speech, she was the one who will vet it. And so she was a point of reference. My acquaintance with this young lady came about when she was just 7 years old. I was dating, they always debate among themselves. I was dating the most beautiful girl in the Earle family at the time. The debate continues. And so I was told of this brilliant young lady, 7 years old. And in interacting with her, I found out that she was very precocious. That means her mental age and her maturity superseded her chronological age. And so she was doing things like involving AY programs, in evangelistic programs, and so on. My closest association came about in August of 1993 when she finished Mount Alvernia. Her parents took her to our house. And so they took her the Independence Week, the Thursday. And on the Tuesday, Pasha and myself was all over town looking at sixth form. We went to Campion, Arden, St. Andrew High, and we collected the form, and then we went over to Holy Childhood. And I saw a batchmate of mine, Carol Scott, and I introduced Carol to her, and Carol said, Patrick, Holy Childhood accept the best applicant on a first come, first served basis, so let you fill out the form now. And so she filled out the form, and she was accepted in Holy Childhood High School. And she integrated quickly into Holy Childhood High School and became a part of the School Challenge Quiz team. Now, for the School Challenge Quiz team, she has to work hard, be dedicated, and committed. And Pasha was committed. She was dedicated. She was a hard worker. And so she would spend a lot of time practicing with the team. And so she would come home late in the night. So 11, 10 o'clock at night, she'd call me, Uncle Cleve, the quiz soon finished, come and pick me up. I would travel over to Kingston in the night and pick her up. And so Angela had some concern. She said, what time Pasha get to study? And Pasha would say, Auntie Angela, don't worry yourself, man. I'm doing well. And so I'd go out, say to Angela, I want to see her on TV. And so I'd go over and ask her teacher about her, and they would be excited and say she's doing very well. The quiz master, our quiz coach, Mr. Cogill, said she's doing well, man, and she's a valuable part of the team. She did make the team, and the team went on to second round, and they were beaten by KC. I had mixed feelings then because I wanted her to go on, the team to go on, but at the same time, I'm glad that I did not have to go to halfway tree to pick her up in the nights anymore. Pasha was a last-minute person then. Last-minute person. She always do things. She's so calm, not ruffled. She just do things in a last-minute way. So when she was to apply for UE, I had to take the form from her on the last day and took it up to university. And so she got through, did well at UE. When she applied to case, the last day I took the form from her and took it down to case. She was shortlisted. It was Pasha and I again down for the interview. After the interview, I said to her, how was the interview? She said, okay, I guess. She was one person who would not embellish anything. She should not flaunt her intelligence, should not flaunt her brilliance. And she just said, okay, I guess. She was accepted for the job. A week later, Pasha and I again down looking a house to stay in Portland. Then a week later, Angela and myself and Pasha again down with her pots and her pans and all of those, settling down to set her up in her house. And so she did very well. She loved Portland. And she loved the people at Case. And she would come from Portland with bullets and bread, and we used to call her the mayor of Portland. She did very well, as you know. And I'll have to tell you something. The last thing, Pasha was a person who take long to get ready. One Sabbath afternoon, Pasha got ready before everybody. And I create one excitement. And I called, Pasha, oh, Pasha, get ready so quick. When I asked her, are you going to do Bible class? She said, no, Uncle Cleve, I'm going to do study with somebody. And so I said, oh, what is the guy's name? She said, Uncle Cleve, oh, you know it's a guy. I said, you hide them shining like in a 100 watt light bulb. You know, you think me? And so when I came to church, I sat right over in that corner there. And after some time, she came and sat beside me, and she used her knee and touched my foot. And then when I look around, I couldn't look around quickly, because when somebody's showing you somebody, you can't look around quickly. So I just wait a little and take a time, and I glance around. When I glance around, it was Lawrence looking back at me. And then, you know, Angela and I give her the birds and the bees talk, but you know, she was a sensible girl, so she didn't even need it. The final moment, I'm cutting short now. The final moment, she went away on some CCJ trip in Trinidad, and Lauren's vehicle wasn't working, and the task was mine to pick her up at the airport. And from the airport, she was so excited about the trip. She talked about her experiences. I want to thank CCJ for giving her that experience. She loved the work, she loved the people at CCJ. And so she enjoyed that. And the final 2 days before she went into the hospital to have her baby, I went down to her house to look for her. She was standing in the living room, folding the baby clothes. She enjoyed her pregnancy. She was happy. She was healthy. And she was folding the baby clothes and smiling. I said, Pash, everything all right? And she said, yes, Uncle Clevie, how about you? And I said, okay, everything all right. Her mother was in the living room. Lawrence was on the bed line. And I stand and I was looking at her. And she said, Uncle Clevie, what? And she was smiling. I was just looking at her and wasn't saying anything. And I walked over to her and hugged her. And I said, I love you so much. And she patted me and said, I know. Tears, if we must cry, cry. Tears are a language. God understands. We may not know now, but farther along, we'll know all about it. Farther along, we'll understand why.